What if I told you that a simple 1960 half dollar could be hiding real silver value in your pocket right now? Yes, the 1960 half dollar from the United States of America is not just an old coin. It's a powerful piece of American history made with 90% silver. And today, we're going to uncover its true story, real value, rare varieties, and why collectors are still searching for it. Welcome back to Coin Study, the channel where we explore rare coins, hidden values, mint errors, and historical treasures from around the world. If you love coin collecting and want to discover what your old coins are really worth, make sure you stay till the end, because this one might surprise you. The 1960 half dollar features President Benjamin Franklin on the obverse. His portrait had been appearing on half dollars since 1948. The reverse side shows the iconic Liberty Bell along with a small eagle to the right. This beautiful design was created by John R. Sinek, whose initials JRS appear on the coin. This coin belongs to the Franklin half-dollar series, which was minted from 1948 to 1963 before being replaced by the Kennedy design in 1964. The 1960 issue was one of the later years in the series, and it was produced in two main locations, Philadelphia and Denver. The 1960 half dollar from Philadelphia has no mint mark. The Denver version carries a small D mint mark above the Liberty Bell on the reverse. In 1960, over 6 million coins were struck in Philadelphia and more than 18 million in Denver, making them relatively common in circulated condition. However, condition is everything when it comes to value. Now, let's talk about composition. The 1960 half dollar is made of 90% silver and 10% copper. It weighs 12.5 grams and contains approximately 0.3617 troy ounces of pure silver. That means even if the coin is worn, it still carries strong silver melt value depending on the current silver price. This is one of the reasons collectors and investors still love these coins. In circulated condition, a 1960 half dollar is usually worth slightly above its silver melt value. Depending on silver prices, it may range between moderate collector value and bullion value. In uncirculated condition, especially with strong luster and minimal marks, the price increases significantly. One of the most important factors in this series is the full bell lines variety. On the reverse side of the Liberty Bell, there are horizontal lines at the bottom of the bell. If these lines are fully visible and unbroken, the coin may qualify for the full bell lines designation. This dramatically increases value, especially in higher mint state grades. For example, a normal circulated 1960 half dollar may sell close to silver value, but a high-grade mint state coin with full bell lines certified by grading companies like PCGS or NGC can reach hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on grade. Proof coins were also produced in 1960. These were specially struck for collectors at the Philadelphia Mint. 1960 proof half dollars are known for their mirror-like surfaces and sharp details. High-grade, deep cameo proof versions are especially desirable among collectors. Another interesting point about the 1960 issue is strike quality. Some Denver coins are known to have weaker strikes, which makes well-struck examples more desirable. Always check the Liberty Bell lines, and Franklin's hair details, and overall luster. When checking your coin, look for mint mark, if any, condition and luster, full bell lines, signs of cleaning, cleaned coins lose value, proof or business strike, never clean your old silver coins. Cleaning reduces collector value instantly. If you believe your coin is in high condition, consider professional grading. Historically, the Franklin half dollar represents the last circulating half dollar series before the assassination of John F. Oh, Kennedy changed American coinage forever. That makes the 1960 issue part of the final chapter of the Franklin era. So the big question is, do you have a 1960 half dollar in your collection? And if you do, have you checked for full bell lines or proof condition? Let me know in the comments what mint mark you have, Philadelphia or Denver, and I'll help you understand its potential value